Hello, everyone. I am Logan Eiler, and I'm going to be doing my revisions and rationale reflection. So let's go ahead and get started. So, just overviewing my unit, just so you're kind of remembering what it's all about, I'm doing place value. So this is my students' first exposure to place value. We have been working on addition and subtraction with T numbers, but not specifically place value. So day one is introducing place value with a Brain Pop Junior video. These are just great ways to get exposure. And then doing a quick check while I do some value practice examples on the board and having them verbally tell me. And then they get their whiteboards and we do a you do, and I give them more examples and more questions. Like I give them 15 and they have to tell me 1, 10, and 5 ones. Or I give them 20 cats and they have to put it in circle the 2 tens. And then independent math, where students are using Seesaw, which is a app. They answer questions from the problem set. When students are done, they will turn it in, which is their you do. Same setup for day 2 and 3, but after their Seesaw activity on day 2, they will do a place value scoop. And then on day 3, they will do a place value craft. So that's kind of my place value overview. And then getting right into question 1, do the tasks yield appropriate evidence of the identified understandings? And let's take a look at my unit goals, which is my first one is 85% of students will understand and demonstrate place value with tens and ones. And I did have evidence. I had 90% of students with my observations, those formative assessments, the SCOO, the level of help I had to offer them. I feel like students really took onto this skill and understood this. It was a little more easier to understand than, say, word problems. So I thought students really adapted and just kind of took place value and understood it. Also, another unit goal is solving addition and subtraction problems, decomposing and composing T numbers as 1, 10, and some ones, identifying 1, 10 as a unit by renaming representations of 10, and solving addition problems using 10 as a unit and writing 2-step solutions. So I do think my tasks had appropriate evidence of the understandings, which is the unit goals. Going on into those tasks with my activities, do the tasks involve a complex real-world application of identified knowledge, skills, and understandings? And all my tasks, yes, they do use that real-world application using different ways of thinking that expands the knowledge of place value and really puts it into perspective to the real world and making it relate to our daily lives with having to regroup, with having to make decisions about cost or weight, and just building our number sense because we are based off the base 10 system. Question 3 goes into is a variety of appropriate assessment formats used to provide additional evidence. And I would say yes, I'm using auditory, visual, kinesthetic, hands-on, where students are using their iPad to work on the problem set, where students are going around the room identifying different ways to measure place value, different wording, expanding on the word form, standard form, picture form. That makes learning really engaging and fun. So I'd say yes, there's lots of assessments, especially with that whole practice, the whole math practice. I really get to see that hands-on approach and kind of dive and enrich and ask more questions to really see that why. And then the fourth question is, are students given the opportunity to self-assess and reflect upon their learning and performance? And I say yes, they are, because in math practice every day, they're having to tell me the why. They're having to say, oh, why is this? Or explain this to me. And also I'm able to give them feedback in Seesaw, that math app where they turn in their assignments. I can write comments to them and send back their work to really kind of make them think if they miss something, or, okay, you did really great with this, but think about this. Just giving them that feedback. And some standards that correlate with my unit is 2.6a, fostering a culture where students take ownership of their learning goals and outcomes in both independent and group settings. And then 2.6b, managing the use of technology and student learning strategies, digital platforms, virtual environments, hands-on maker spaces, or in the field. And I thought those were just exactly what my unit was and my teaching one, and just aligned perfectly. And then thinking back about my unit, some changes and revisions I can do is to use manipulatives, especially that first day when we jump right to the whiteboards. I can pull out manipulatives with the tens and 1 centimeter cubes and allow for students to do those same questions, just hands-on, practice making those groups of 10. Overall, students need more time and practice specifically to self-assess and reflect upon their learning, because I didn't realize how important that really was, that they got it. And then pull those 2 students back into small groups to just reteach and give more exposure to place value. So those are the changes I would make. I hope you enjoyed my reflection on this assignment. Thank you for listening. Bye.